Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have the update for Pan those eyeshadows, and in this, I was gonna say this round, but I've been doing this for over 2 years now. I've been using the spreadsheet that Makeup with Laney made, and I've been randomizing prompts and then picking a shadow that goes with the prompt. I think when I started this way back, I randomized shadows, and it was just that the color stories were too difficult for me to get some good use on. So I opted for this, and I decided that for every prompt that is in the spreadsheet, which is 100, I wanted to hit a pan. If I hit a pan in any of those shadows, I would remove the prompt from the list and work my way through all the prompts. So this update isn't as good. I just don't have a lot of progress, unfortunately. I don't know if it is because the month was shorter. It just hasn't been the best month so far. We shall see. Maybe things will go better next month, but I do have some pans, so happy to show you those. I'm going to start with the shadow that has been in the longest and work my way up. So the first one was for the prompt, something you want to pan, and I rolled in a shadow from my Peacock Feathers palette. I rolled this in because this was the last shimmer in the palette that did not have a pan yet. This palette is very well loved, and I wanted to hit pan in that last shadow. Last time we used it 8 times. I used it an additional 5 times, and I was able to hit a pan. So maybe you can see by the shape and size of this pan, I have been using this as a liner. I had to put it over a pencil liner. I have a purple pencil, so that worked out perfectly, because otherwise it would stain my eyes, and at night when I would wash off my makeup, I would have like a pink line on my eyes, which looked weird. So it wasn't my favorite shadow to be working on, but I'm glad that I have a pan. So now all of the shimmers in this palette have a pan, which is very exciting. And this one is rolling out. Then the next shadow is for the prompt, a shadow from a palette with no pans, and it came from my Beauty Bay Alice in Wonderland palette. This one did not have any pans yet. I previously used it 14 times. I had to use it one more time to hit this pan, and I used it the second time just to get the pan a little bit bigger. But I was so bummed out. The day after filming last month's update, I used this and I hit pan, and I was like, oh my goodness. But anyway, it now has a pan, which I'm excited about. It was the easy shade in the palette, but whatever. This palette now also has pan, so that's great. Now here's where things start to kind of decline. For the prompt blue shadow shimmer, I rolled in a Glam Shop shadow, and that is right here. I used it 2 times, and I have it on my lower lash line today. It is a blue-green shadow, and I don't love it as much. Yeah, but that's just what it is. I think I will just use it as a lower lash line color because it's not very in-your-face super blue-green shimmer. But it's not my favorite, so I'll have to think about what to do excuse me, with this shadow when I've hit pan. But it is staying in. I've used it 2 times. And then for the prompt, a shadow that starts with A, I rolled in a shadow from my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette, and it is in the shade Angel. Ooh, it's a little bit dusty. It is right here. It's a very light pink. I don't know if you can see where I put my brush. I've used this 6 times. I keep forgetting that this is in my pan those eyeshadows. I forget to use it. It's a very light pink shadow. Today I just used it all over my lids and then put a cream colored matte over top to kind of tone it down, so I can use it to set my base basically. But I just forget that it's here, so I'm gonna have to remind myself to use this, and then I'm sure I can hit pan. And then for the last two prompts, I picked two shadows from the same palette, and it is the Glamlight Scooby-Doo Creeps and Crawls palette. So I rolled the prompt, a shadow from a palette with no pans again. I guess it was in the spreadsheet twice. I'm not really sure because I checked my spreadsheet and I could not find it twice, but it is in my wheel twice. So now I'm not really sure what has happened there. But I guess we'll just keep it in. And then also the prompt, something you don't want to pan, is a shadow from here. So I picked these two shadows for the prompt. This one is for something you don't want to pan, and this one is for a shadow from a palette with no pans, because there's no pans in here. I used this twice and I used this once. This shimmer, it is so dark. I just don't know how to use it. And that's the case with all of these shimmers. They look stunning, especially this blue one and this sort of pinky blue one. But the bases of these are so dark, I can just only put them in my outer corner or use them as a liner. And I think I'm gonna do that with this one, since the purple one from Micka Beauty Shop is rolling out. I guess this will be my new liner shade. And then this purple one, I don't know. I'll just have to bite down and use them. I think they won't be too hard to pan on. Like, the pans are not too deep, so I'm hoping I can be successful. But this month it just wasn't it. I didn't care for these at all. So that means we have two shadows rolling out. I'm gonna get the wheel. I have blocked out the shadows that are in for this round right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options left, which isn't a lot out of 100. So let's see what we get. First one, least favorite shadow from your favorite palette. Oh gosh. And then randomly generated shadow. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to check how many shadows I have and then randomly generate one, and then we'll pick the other one. Okay, I'm sorry you can hear my laptop trying to fly away. It's having a hard time, but I just checked the spreadsheet once again, and there's only one prompt that says a shadow from a palette with no pans. So I'm gonna veto that one pink shimmer, purple shimmer away, because apparently that prompt is not double in the prompt list. I'm gonna roll another prompt for that one. So I have the wheel here. I don't know why it was in my wheel twice, but I checked the spreadsheet, like double, triple checked it, and it's only in there once. And we just did the Cheshire Cat shadow for that prompt. So we're gonna do shadow that starts with F. Okay, I'm gonna find that. Okay, for randomizing a shadow, I just checked. I have 420. That's including all the ones that have pan. So let's hope that it won't take too many randomizations to find a shadow that doesn't have pan. But I put 1 through 420 in here. 33. It does not. It comes from my ColourPop Lizzie McGuire palette. So I'm gonna find that shadow. Is that a glitter? Ooh, that might be a glitter. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so that's a glitter. We're not gonna do that. That's gonna be impossible to hit pan on because I just don't use those regularly. 94. So it's another ColourPop, but it's not a glitter. So we're gonna do that. It comes from my ColourPop New Moon palette, which is untouched. Wow, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna pick up all the shadows and I'll show you right now. So what do we have staying in? The Glam Shop blue shadow, that's staying in. The Beauty Bay Love Notes Angel shadow, is staying in. There's that very light pink. You can barely see it. And then we're doing something I don't want to pan out of this palette. Should I do the matte or the shimmer? I think I'm gonna go with the shimmer and then just use it as a liner again. I really don't want to do that, but it's the only way I can get use out of that. So there's that. Oh my gosh, right away my finger is stained in purple. Lovely. Then shadow from a no least favorite shadow from your favorite palette. This has got to be my favorite palette. And my least favorite shadow out of here, it's difficult. It was very difficult because the green is not something that I use a lot, but I opted for this one. This is a very weird, sort of almost gross looking green brown. I don't know what's going on. It just looks disgusting. So I would say that is my least favorite one. Randomly generated shadow, the shade Alice, which is right here. Ooh, first time swatching this palette even. Okay, so just a gold yellowy shimmer with some peachy reflect to it. We'll work on that. And then shadow that starts with F. This is actually funny. I picked this before rolling in the randomly generated shadow. I'm gonna work on a shadow for my Twilight palette, and I'm gonna work on the shade Forever Young, which is this black with some shimmers. As you can see, I've been dipping into this already, so I thought, why not try to hit pan? And then there's that. So this is going to be my color story for this month. So we have the Glam Shop Blue, the pink from the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette, the shimmer from 𝓮𝓮𝓼, this gross looking shade from the Peacock Feathers palette, this beautiful yellowy gold from the New Moon palette, and the black with shimmers from the Twilight palette. And then that is it. I feel like this was all over the place. I'm very sorry about that. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video either way. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.